Hey folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for week ending July 14th for the City of Toronto. I'm digging down a little bit deeper to give you the numbers behind the numbers. You're going to be surprised. A quick thank you to all of you that watch me here on YouTube and have called me asking for help. And those of you that have used the calendar, it's working great. You just click the calendar in the link below, schedule a time to chat with me, and I'll make sure I'm available that time. It works great. Feel free to use it. Again, it's in the subscription, in the description below. And do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, and share the video with all your friends. It really helps us a lot in what we're doing here on YouTube. Okay, let's get right into the numbers. Now, this report is just for the City of Toronto, but keep coming back on different days. I talk about other parts. I cover all the GTA, but broken down on different days. Okay, so look, I've got City of Toronto detached only on the chart, broken down by week, but we're going to dive a little bit deeper than what you see here. So sales went up to 181 sales last week. The amount of properties selling at $2 million or more went up slightly to 39 over the previous week. And average sold price is sitting at $1,645,000, and that's up about 113,000 from the previous week. 113,000 average sold price went up. So did your home go up by 113,000? And man, we must be doing so terrible in sales because we're way lower than where we were before. Let's just look at those numbers a little bit closer. So here I've got the sales, and what I've done, this is just for week ending July 14th. I've got, I don't know, since 2014, about 6 weeks, about 7 years or so on the board here. And 181 sales. Last year, during the same week, we did 256 sales. So we're less than last year. But last year, it was a crazy, by far, our #1 year of all time, a record-breaking year. The year before that, we did 210, so we're a little bit under that. But the previous 2 years, 2017, 2018, we're beating 2017, 2018, and then 2016, we all know how crazy 2016 was. Again, a record-breaking year. And you can kind of look at this and think, well, 181 in a week, when we look back at the last 5, 6, 7 years, it's actually quite average. It's lower than our record-breaking years and a little bit higher than our years where maybe we didn't do so well. So 181 isn't so bad. When we compare it to, here's the problem, we're comparing it to what we were doing in March, and it's like, man, sales are way down. It seems like we're doing bad, but we're not. Sales are pretty good. They're maybe better than average. So let's look at average sold price. Average sold price is sitting at $1,645,000, up 113,000. Let's break that down a little bit further. So the red line here, that's all the City of Toronto. And it's up from 1 week to the next, $113,000. But when I break those properties down and I say, okay, what's the average of property selling over $2 million versus property selling under $2 million? So $2 million and up, and then under $2 million. Well, the under $2 million went up a little over $10,000 from 1 week to the next for the average sold price. And the over $2 million went up during the same period by over $300,000. So it's pretty clear. This $113,000 increase was almost all absorbed by the luxury market. The luxury market, properties at $2 million or more, is where all that extra dollars really came from. 1 week to the next, up 113,000. Under $2 million went up only by 10,000. This is the whole chart here. I'm going to move on and I'm going to go through some of these charts. I know sometimes you might kind of want a little bit more explanation, or you want to kind of take a second to read it. It's really simple. Just hit pause and you could take your time and you could see what's going on there. So compared to last year, the City of Toronto is up 9% versus last year's average sold price. And when we look at the sales, we're less than last year at this time during the same week. But 61% of those sales sold at list price or more. So it's fairly competitive out there right now. We listed 325. We listed less than what we listed last year at this time. And months of inventory came down a little bit to 1.5. And that helps to kind of correlate with the 61% sold at list price or more. So the City of Toronto, pretty competitive. The competition went up a little bit. When we break those sales down, earlier I broke it down, all the City of Toronto, $2 million or more, and under $2 million. In this chart, I'm breaking it down by West, Central, and East. And I mean, it's kind of similar to the other chart of $2 million or more. So East and West, the numbers kind of show that average sold price has come down a little bit, but Central shot way up, which is where we find the majority of the luxury properties. So Central is really propping up average sold price. More accurately, the luxury market is propping up average sold price for all the City of Toronto. And when we look at the West, months of inventory sitting at 1.3. The West is actually, for this 1 week, 5% lower average sold price than when it was last year. And the East, months of inventory sitting at 0.9, and average sold price is up 9% versus last year. 76% sold at list price or more. Very competitive in the East. Lots of competition and multiple offers. And then Central, we're sitting at 2.5 months of inventory, and we're up 22% versus last year's average sold price. I'm so excited to introduce you to our newest listing, 58 Warren Crescent. So many great features you're going to love about this house. Let me start off with the generator. Now, this automatically turns on, powers the whole house. As soon as you walk in, you're going to say, wow. It's open concept. You could see all the way to the back door. Wainscoting, crown molding everywhere. Designer paint and designer fixtures through the whole house. There's 3 great sized bedrooms. Now the second floor has smooth ceiling, pot lights, hardwood floors. All the closets have closet organizers. Now the finished basement has its own separate entrance. It's a 1-bedroom basement apartment. But I gotta tell you, the quality down here is the same as the rest of the house. You've got beautiful heated floors, lots of ceiling height, quartz counters, stainless steel appliances. There's plenty of room, plenty of storage, and a massive 1-bedroom with these sliding doors that open up all the way if you wanted to have completely open concept. And the last great feature, I am standing literally 3 minutes away from the front door by the Humber River. Plenty of space to run around and enjoy a lazy weekend. Here we have semis. Semis, months of inventory, although we had the previous week went up to 1.6, we're back down to 0.9 months of inventory, and we're 6% higher than where we were this time last year. Townhouses down to 1.1 months of inventory. Isn't that interesting? The semis, last week months of inventory went up and down. Townhouses, same thing. Last week months of inventory was up, and now it's down again, back in line to where it was before. 69% sold at list price or more, and we're 13% higher than last year's average sold price. Let's talk about condos for a few minutes here. Sales went up. So sales went up in detached, sales went up in the condo space here also. We sold 338 condos last week. 21 of those sold at $1 million or more. And average sold price went up slightly, went up by almost $15,000 from the previous week. We're now sitting at $729,000 for the average condo, and that's a little bit higher than some of, than the average that we've had for most of the year so far. We're 6% higher than we were last year's average sold price. And it's interesting now we're higher in average sold price because this year we sold 21 at $1 million or more. Last year we sold 31 at this time. Remember when condos was like the enemy, the worst place to be, everybody's getting out of condos? Well, we actually sold more luxury condos last year at this time than this year. Of the 338, half, 50% sold at list price or more. So there's a bit of competition, but there's still room to negotiate. And we listed 759 condos last week. Months of inventory sitting at 1.7, dropped down. So when we see the summary, except for the East where months of inventory stayed the same like the previous week, months of inventory has actually come down in all the different market segments. The market's tighter. I know last week I was telling you one story. This week it seems that it's turned the other way. Prices are up generally. The market's tighter. There's more competition. That's the city of Toronto, and that's what's happening. And it's a very, very strong seller's market still. My name is Santo Sessa with RE/MAX Premier. If I could be of any service, please give me a call. Have a great day.